You didn't come to this world to live like everybody else does. You came here to remember who you are, to embrace your depth, your sensitivity, your level of consciousness that you were born with and sets you apart. And when you accept that, you stop trying so hard to fit in. You stop trying so hard to belong to the places that were never meant for you. Then you find a sense of peace that feels like home for you. And you naturally become more joyful. For years, I tried so hard to fit in, to belong. I agreed with things that didn't feel right to me. I followed trends that deep down I didn't believe in. I tried to pretend to be a person that I really wasn't, and I really didn't want to be. So I was trying to shape myself into something that the world would accept. But no matter how hard I tried, I always felt like an outsider looking in. I felt awkward and disconnected. And after experiencing harsh consequences of trying so hard to fit in, I realized that I was never meant to fit in. I could never be like them, and I would never be. And if you're watching this video, I can tell that you were never meant to fit in either. And I'm not talking about general differences that people have with each other. This is different. Some people are just born with higher level of consciousness. That doesn't mean they are superior to others or they are better than others. It just means they came for a different level of growth. They have already moved through some of earlier lessons. And as Louise Hay said, some people come to this world for elementary lessons. Some others come to this world to go through college. And when you try so hard to fit into spaces that were not meant for you, you start feeling like you are shrinking. You start feeling like you are losing yourself, and you are. And nothing makes us unhappier than feeling we are losing who we are. And if you are still not sure if you are one of those people, let me give you a few clues. Seeing through illusions and masks. You may have noticed that you can easily see through other people's lies, the games they play, the masks they put on every day, and you don't buy into what everybody else believes. You have the ability to see the truth. And this higher level of consciousness or awareness sometimes feels uncomfortable because it sets you apart and it shows you the truth of what is happening. But it's also a sign that you're tuned into a deeper perception of this reality. Unexplainable moments. You may have experienced in your life some unexplainable moments, the moments that you couldn't quite understand and you couldn't explain it to others. You could have had some dreams that felt very special and meaningful, or you could have had some moments of deep thinking that suddenly brought you incredible insights. And when you try to explain those moments to others, they just try to brush them off, but they are significant to you, and you know that you feel that like a higher dimension was reaching out to you through those insights, through those dreams. And you know that those moments connected you and maybe still connects you with higher dimensions, with a divine source, unusual wisdom. That means you sometimes see yourself saying something or writing something that is so profound and so wise that you are surprised by yourself. And you know that that piece of wisdom or that great insight is beyond your usual knowledge, is beyond your perceptions. It has come from another source. And that means that you were open to, when you received that insight, you were open to your inner being's messages, or you are intuitive. Being intuitive means that you are more open to the divine's messages. And to me, being intuitive is like having a talent. So if you don't use it, you were born with it, but if you don't use it, it can stay dormant, and sometimes it can even feel like a burden because you receive things and you don't know what to do with them. But if you work with it, it can help you have great insights, and it can help you even navigate this human experience. That curiosity about existence. You may have been the kind of person that since you were little, you ask big questions about how things work, why we are here on earth, why we were born this way, and when we die, where we go, and things like that. And because you are interested, you start searching for meaning of life. It's important for you to live a purposeful life. And so you look for your answers in different books, different traditions, and you try to understand and discover mysteries of life. Empathy and compassion. You realize that you have a deep sense of compassion and empathy toward all beings, not just humans, toward all beings, all animals, all people. And you show kindness to others, no matter if they are from the same religion as you, if they are from the same race, or if they follow the same tradition, or if they have blood relations with you or not. You want the world to be a better place for everyone and every creature that exists. Connection with nature. You have deep appreciation for beauty of nature, and you can kind of feel how everything is connected in nature. You may even go and study or do some work related to nature, or dedicate some people that are have higher level of consciousness and have a great connection to nature. They just go and dedicate their whole life to study just one small part of nature. For example, how ants talk to each other or something like that. When you are in nature, you are kind of like mesmerized. You let go of all your worries, all your thoughts. Being in nature for you is like being home. And it's just like when you are in nature, you feel connected and you feel one with all elements of nature. Why all of this matters and why you should recognize those qualities in yourself. Because when you accept that you were born with high level of consciousness, your life changes. My life totally changed since I accepted that I was born with a higher level of consciousness, and I've become a much happier person. When you accept that, you stop doubting your meaningful, deep experiences, and you stop trying to understand them mentally and explain them to others. You stop hiding this part of yourself to fit in. And you start living a life, a more meaningful life, with more clarity, with more purpose, with more trust in yourself. Having a higher level of consciousness connects you in a more meaningful and real and deeper way with everything that exists. You were not meant to fit in. You were meant to awaken. You were meant to remember who you are. You were meant to remember that you have that beautiful scent that the gazelle had.